Welcome to QUTV News This Week. I'm Michael Lanier.
And I'm Lindsay Fisher. Today we are taking a deeper look into what life on campus really looks like, how students manage their busy schedules while still making the most out of their free time.
For some students, that looks like pursuing a hobby outside of their sport, and for others, that means missing lunch to be in class, and that's where we begin today.
Student athletes at Quincy University say balancing academics and athletics is challenging enough, but now some say they're struggling to find time for lunch. QUTV's Freya Hansen has more about that.
At Quincy University, student athletes juggle classes, practices, and games every day. The University Cafe serves lunch from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., but many athletes say their class schedules fall directly within that window.
Well, it affects me quite a lot. The only day I can really eat during lunch is on Monday because I don't have a lab. It's quite hard because of practice and stuff. You eat very late at like 2 or 3 p.m.
15 minutes isn't enough for your students to grab lunch in between their classes. And it's not even enough for them to grab food after classes and in between their practice because they can't digest the food before practice.
And sometimes I have to ask one of my friends to come grab me a snack from the caf, like a banana or something, just so I have something before practice between my classes.
Although class times have recently been standardized, student athletes say the updated schedule still doesn't provide enough time to grab food between classes, and that class time should be revised again with a bigger gap between classes. Freya Hansen, QUTV News, Quincy.
Student athletes say they hope the university will consider adjusting class gaps or extending CAF hours to better fit their schedules. Some athletes suggest having a good grab-and-go solution of lunch food.
Phones have become a part of everyday life, but are they something that should be a part of the classroom? It's become a controversial topic in the world of education. Are they a tool or are they a distraction? Some professors argue that phones are a distraction, stunt learning, and are disrespectful of their time, while others argue it is a tool and should be embraced by college students. College students also argue that they are paying for classes and they should use the time as they please. One professor has been known for throwing chalk at the students when they are on their phones. Here is that professor now.
You have to understand my philosophy about doing a job. I totally understand sometimes the students get distracted in classroom because they have other things bother them outside of the classroom, but I want them to be more present in the classroom because when you are more present, you can learn the knowledge well better, and you could retain the knowledge better. So that's the reason I strongly against the student using cell phone because when they are using cell phone, they got distracted first and they are not present. They cannot retain the knowledge very well.
Ultimately, it just comes down to the individual if they decide to use their phone as a resource or as a distraction.
Blessing Raymond College of Nursing offers a partnership with QU students who want to become nurses and takes them through real-life clinical care. With this also comes a busy schedule. With majority of students at Quincy University being athletes, being a nurse on top of that is very time-consuming. Nursing requires studying, experience, and hard work, all these factors that also play a role into athletics as well. Developing a schedule and having close relationships with your coaches and teachers can help manage the stress of it all.
It's a lot of time management, just prioritizing assignments and exams, and then making sure to communicate with my professors with if we're leaving, if I'm missing class or clinical. So it's just a lot of time management, staying on top of things, and then try to get as much work done when I have off days so that I can relax and stuff and not have to worry about turning things in on time.
If you believe nursing is the job for you, reach out to other student athletes to hear how they're able to balance their sport and major. If you are interested in joining the nursing program, look into applying to Blessing Raymond College of Nursing and Health Services.
Up next, we'll take a look into life of what it looks like to be a QU student off campus.
And what life looks like as a student outside of athletics. They grew up just minutes from campus, and now they call their college home. At Quincy University, some students aren't just Hawks, they are Townies. Here's what it looks like to attend college in the same city you've always known.
For most college students at Quincy University, moving in means moving away.
but for some it just means a shorter drive down familiar streets. They're known around campus as townies, students born and raised in Quincy who decide to stay close to home for college.
Yeah, so I chose Quincy University just because I love the small community feel. Being from Quincy, obviously I grew up coming to Quincy University sporting events and all of that kind of stuff, and that obviously drew me here. And then also just being able to be close to home and see my family, and that is all really great.
Being a townie comes with perks, home-cooked meals, familiar faces, and built-in support system, but it also comes with challenges. Many townies say staying local allows them to invest back into the place that raised them. Maybe they could not get away from all the good local restaurants like Kelly's and the Tower. Students may have chosen another college or university at first, but decided later Quincy was the place to be. And sometimes that old saying goes that people make the place.
Okay, so I'm actually a transfer student, so I went to a different school before this, and it just wasn't the same as Quincy, and so I decided to transfer back, and I actually decided in a week's span that I wanted to come to Quincy, and now that I'm here, I absolutely love it. I love the community that it brings.
For Quincy natives at Quincy University, being a townie isn't about staying put. It's about growing where your roots already run deep. Some townies may say that they didn't want to become a Hawk. Maybe some of them dreamed about being one. Whatever path they took to get here, something about Quincy made them stay. I am currently walking on Quincy University campus, where I live in a dorm. And as a townie, I personally do not feel like I'm in my hometown. I feel like I'm in a completely different town and in a different university. But that's just that Quincy feel when you're around different people from different cities, from even different countries. Time you notice a townie on campus, stop and ask why they chose Quincy and what they love about Quincy, Illinois. With how hot and cold the weather has been lately, I can't wait to see what Grant has to say about it coming up next.
Yeah, me either. We've been kind of on this roller coaster, so stick around to see if the weather's going to even out anytime soon.
I'm John Van Hook, and I make music on my free time. I'm from St. Louis, it ain't too much to stay out of trouble out there, so me and my guys decided that we would make some music on the side as a little fun hobby to let the time pass, stay out the way. I've been making music probably about 5, 6, 7 years. I got a lot of guys that go to studios, do things like that. Me personally, I've never been to a studio. I just kind of make it on my phone, BandLab. It's a fun, easy app to kind of maneuver. Listen to all types of genres of music, so I can really do different levels of music, but I'm more honed into the rap scene. That's just something that gravitates me, and that's what I get the most interest out of making.
I bet that's it.
Personally, I would, but if I was to ever drop a song, it would probably not be under my name because, like I said, I got a future, and I don't want to let my rap career dictate what I have going on in the future. So maybe, but as of right now, I'm gonna say no.
I just hope the weather will finally stay warm so I can practice outside instead of being really cold.
It looks like it's going to be a great weekend for to get outside and get some of that vitamin D.
Yeah, you're correct. It's the perfect weekend to get outside and enjoy some sunshine. Maybe play a little golf on Friday. Let's take a look at your weekly headlines. Winter, we can finally say winter is finally gone because if you've heard the thunder the other day, that in the Midwestern rumor is first sign of thunder means the snow is gone. Spring showers, it's going to rain pretty much all week, and it's going to be soggy and foggy. Today is 52 with the low of 46. 47 is your average, 28 degrees is your low average. And in 2024, I remember exactly what I was doing. I was outside in Friars Field playing a little baseball with my friends, an 82-degree record high. And then 2014, I have no idea what I was doing with the low of -6. Let's take a look at today. Right now it's 46 degrees and it's definitely raining outside. I can hear it in the wind on the roof. It's foggy. Wednesday night it's going to drop just 5 degrees lower. It's going to be a nice chill tonight. It's going to be wet. It's going to rain overnight. Thursday it's going to warm back up over your 60s. It's going to be a nice 61 degrees with partly cloudy with some sunshine peeking through. Let's take a look at your weekend. It's going to be 79 degrees on Friday, which is perfect to get outside, be on Friars Field, enjoy that sunshine. And I looked at the UV index. It's going to be a nice 5 if you want to get some color. Friday evening is going to be a nice 50 degrees. Saturday is going to be 53. I'll step aside so you can take a look at your 7-day forecast. Sunday is going to be 67 degrees, and then with a low of 48. Monday is going to be 78, again, with a little bit of showers. Tuesday, 76, and Wednesday is 48. And that's what we have in store for your forecast today.
Thank you, Grant. Coming up in sports, the Quincy University Hawks delivered some exciting baseball games.
Plus, one team has clinched a spot in the GLVC tournament, and one coach has gotten her first collegiate win. Stay tuned for sports with Freya Hansen.
It was a busy week for Quincy athletics with some big wins, tough battles across multiple sports.
Yeah, and lacrosse picked up key plays that gave the Hawks fans plenty to cheer about.
Yeah, and softball and baseball was in action too, but we'll talk more about that later. But first, Quincy University women's basketball team delivered a huge statement win Thursday night inside Pepsi Arena, taking down Lewis and snapping a 12-game losing streak to the Flyers. It marks the Hawks' first win over Lewis since 2016, and they did it in an impressive fashion. Achampo Mardanzo led the charge with 18 points. Harden exploded for 17 in just 12 minutes, and Carly Peters filled up the stat sheet with 15 points, 5 assists, and 5 steals. After Lewis being in front most of the game, the Hawks flipped the momentum before halftime and then had a 7-0 run-down stretch. When the final buzzer sounded, it was Quincy 76, Lewis 66. Moving on to the second game of the weekend on Saturday 28th of February, where the Hawks would be on an away trip against University of Indianapolis. The Hawks clinched a spot in the GLVC tournament with a dramatic comeback win over UND. The Hawks outscored the Greyhounds in the fourth quarter to complete the comeback and lock up the number 7 seed in the conference tournament. Quincy punches its ticket to the GLVC tournament with a 75-73 win. With the win, Quincy will take on number 2 seed Maryville University March 5th at 2:15 p.m. inside the Mark Twain building on the campus of Missouri St. Louis. You can also tune in on the GLVC network to support the Lady Hawks. Moving on from the Lady Hawks to the men's basketball team, where they stormed back Thursday night inside Pepsi Arena as well, erasing a double-digit second half deficit to take down Lewis. Tiernan Steins and Ethan Bolton led the charge, combining for 39 points on shooting. Steins finished with a 20-point, 10-rebound double-double, while Bolton added 19. The Hawks caught fire in the second half, using a huge 13-0 run to flip the game and closed out the game and finished strong in the final moments. When the final buzzer sounded, it was Quincy 72, Lewis 62. Moving on to the second game of the weekend on Saturday, 28th of February, where the Hawks would take on UND away at Indianapolis. The Quincy University men's basketball team ended its season with a dramatic road win over the University of Indianapolis. A fire alarm mid-game did not affect Tiernan Stiles, that led the way with 26 points, and Jacob Willingford hit the go-ahead free throw with 2 seconds left to steal it. Quincy closes this season on a 2-game win streak with an 83-82 victory. After these 2 games, Tiernan Steins becomes the GLVC Player of the Week. Congratulations, Steins. Moving on from the court to the QU Stadium field, the Quincy University women's lacrosse team picked up its first win of the season in dominant fashion, rolling past Concordia St. Paul. The victory also marked head coach Abby Belknap's first career win. Amelia Ham led the offensive explosion with 6 goals and 2 assists, surpassing 200 career points, while Emily Leal added 4 goals and 4 assists in a career night. The Hawks controlled possession from start to finish and never looked back. When it was all said and done, it was Quincy 19, Concordia St. Paul 10. In the second game of the week at home, Sunday, the QU Lady Hawks also rolled past Thomas More University. Elena Wilkinson had a career day with 6 goals and 3 assists, while Amelia Ham and Annie Moran combined for 11 goals as the Hawks shut out the Saints in the second half. Quincy earns its second straight win in commanding fashion. 20-5, the Quincy University women's lacrosse team will be back in action Friday, March 6th, when they host the University of Findlay at QU Stadium. And now to the QU men's lacrosse team, where they surge in the second half to pick up its first win of the season, taking down Northwest Nazarene at QU Stadium. After a tight first half, the Hawks exploded after the break, outscoring the Nighthawks 9-2 to pull away Mason Loomer and the attack with 4 goals, while Hakenstein added 3. The goalkeeper Austin Witter angered the defense with 14 saves. When the final horn sounded, it was Quincy 14, Northwest Nazarene 6. The Hawks return to QU Stadium this Saturday as they host William Jewell. The men's wrestler Sabian Russell has qualified for the second straight year for the NCAA Super Regional Tournament. He became the first place in the weight group 149 pounds. And with that, he has also earned Toyota Star of the Week. Congratulations, Russell. On February 26th, the Quincy University softball team fought hard in Shawnee, pushing Missouri Western to extra innings before falling 8-5 in Game 1. In Game 2, Wayne State's powered at the plate pouted too much as the Hawks fell 15-2. Quincy looked to bounce back in their next match up against Fort Hays State, but would also fall 8-7 in this game. Next up, Winona State used a big third inning to pull away, and despite a late Quincy rally, the Hawks fell 12-5. Later, the Quincy University softball team fell to Northwest Missouri State University 4-3. But lastly, they bounced back with an 8-7 win over Augustana University. Next up for the softball team is their first home game this season against Columbia College in doubleheaders on March 8th. The Quincy University baseball team split a doubleheader with Davenport Friday at home. In Game 1, the Hawks erupted for 7 runs in the 6th inning, including 2 home runs from number 2 Joe Hoffman. But Davenport pulled away late to take it 19-9. Quincy bounced right back in the nightcap, not allowing the Panthers to take another win at the Hawks' home field. Number 50 Roger Conrad was dominant on the mound, tossing a complete game and allowing just 1 run, while the offense exploded early to take control. When the final out was recorded in Game 2, it was Quincy 11, Davenport 1. The Hawks would continue the series with Davenport in another doubleheader Saturday. Moving on to Saturday, the QU Hawks baseball team put together a dramatic Saturday at QU Stadium, walking off the Panthers twice to secure the series win. In Game 1, the Hawks used timely hitting in bottom of the 7th, as number 7 Jace Figueroa delivered the walk-off RBI single, and number 3 Jack Haggard scored the game-winning run to seal the victory over the Panthers, 4-3. In the final game, number 7 Jace Figueroa sparked the offense with 2 hits and 3 runs, scored constantly, applying pressure on the base paths. Number 8 Isaiah Fudge delivered the walk-off RBI single in the 10th inning, and finished with 2 runs batted in. And number 15 Ben Daloff reached base 4 times, scored twice, and added an RBI double during the comeback. Quincy sealed a 9-8 extra inning win with another walk-off hit. The Hawks return to action Friday, March 6th, when they host Truman State University at 2 p.m. The QU volleyball team traveled to Barry University for a 2-match road series at the Health Sports Center in Miami Shores, Florida. Quincy fell in straight sets both nights, dropping a 3-0 decision on February 26th and again February 27th. Next up for the men's volleyball team is Thomas More University at home at Pepsi Arena on March 6th. And that is all I got from sports.
Thank you, Freya.
Looking forward, it's time to start preparing for next year. More on that when we come back. Before we leave you today, we would like to remind everyone of the upcoming housing lottery. Make sure to check your emails. The first round is starting in the upcoming week on March 9th. And for those who have missed the filling out of the housing lottery, you will have your opportunity after spring break to be placed. May the odds be in everyone's favor.
I'm glad not to be participating in the lottery this year. Next year I'm going to be in Denmark and play a lot of soccer.
Yeah, I'm going to be moving back into my dorm room at home.
I hopefully I'm going to be in grad school somewhere.
Hopefully I got a job somewhere and paying for my own rent, my own apartment, or soon to be home. That's all we have for you today. Thank you for watching QUTV News this week. For more stories, be sure to check out QUmedia.net and on our Facebook and Instagram. Have a good day.